Hi, my name's Carol. I'm one of the fourth-year medical students at Newcastle University.
Hey guys, I'm Michaela. I'm one of the third-year medical students studying at Newcastle University.
Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about some of the misconceptions that international students might have when coming to medicine.
So myth number one is you won't have a life outside of medical school. It's just going to be studying all the time. You won't see your friends, and this is definitely not true. You do have time for other things outside of medical school. And I think it's actually really important that you take time for yourself. So make sure you kind of have a balance, take some time. You will have a life outside of medical school.
The first misconception that I'll talk about is that it might be difficult to get along with some of the home students on your course. I've actually found that quite not the case. I have probably just as many home student friends as I do international friends, and overall I found that they're really easygoing and they're always down to try something new.
I think when I started medical school, I expected to be, have a lot more teaching and lectures. While we do have lectures and seminars, some of the teaching is, more clinical stuff where you're practicing practical skills, but there is a lot of self-directed learning. In first and second year, those are done as like online tutorials that you need to complete, maybe some video lectures you need to watch, and some recommended reading. From third year onwards, it becomes even more self-directed. You'll have some teaching in the hospital from the teaching staff there, but then you spend a lot of your time on the wards, and really you're just making sure you learn from that what you can, and then you're just going to be self-studying at home.
A lot of people might think that medicine is really a memorization-based course, but really it's like an application-based course. So on medicine, you're not going to be memorizing things like the Krebs cycle over and over again because it's just not as useful as some of the other information you're going to be using day to day in your clinics. So most of the stuff that you're going to be learning is about, oh, I know that salbutamol is used for a wheeze. So every time I hear a wheeze, I'll be giving that person salbutamol. So it's more of like an application thing rather than a memorization thing, and it makes the course a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable.
You will be placed at a hospital outside of Newcastle. I think my perception of it before I started is that there was a chance that I might spend part of the 1 year at a placement that wasn't in Newcastle. The way the system works now is it's a rotational model, so you spend 1 year of your placements in Newcastle, 1 year of your placements at a commutable distance, and 1 year of your placements outside of Newcastle.
And the other thing is that it's quite a good hub in the Northeast. So it does have an airport, which you can get home to quite easily. You can go traveling. It is one of the major train stations in the north. So Newcastle is really easily accessible to Scotland, to London, to Manchester, to most of the big cities in England. And also we have a metro system that goes through town, which is quite easy to get to go home, to go to hospital placement, even just to get to the train station to go down to some of your other placements and just to get around. So that's quite good as well.
Hope you learned from some of these myths about medical school. Maybe these are some things you thought about before, maybe they're not. But I hope you learned a little bit more about what life in medical school is like. I'll catch you next time. Bye!